Hi, welcome back to our Ansible series. In this video we'll explore one of the most important part of our Ansible, the inventory. It's where Ansible keeps a list of all the system it manages, from a few test servers to hundreds of production machines. Commonly, inventory file named inventory or hosts. By default, it's stored in itsy Ansible hosts, but you can use your own file or even dynamic source like AWS or vSphere. There are too many types of inventories. Static inventories, which are plain text or ini file, and dynamic inventories, which generate host list automatically from cloud platform or scripts. I'll show you a little bit later how to generate list of hosts from vSphere. Let's take a look at basic grouping and inventory file. See those lines in bracket? Web servers and DB servers. Those are groups. Web servers contains your front-end machines. DB servers holds your database machines. By organizing hosts into groups like this, you can target entire tiers of your infrastructure with a single command, like deploying an app only to web servers or applying security patches just to your databases. Now that you've seen a basic inventory, let's make a real world ready. In practice, your servers might not have DNS names, or you might want to more control over how Ansible connects to them. That's where host variable comes in. Take a look at this inventory. Here web 1 and web 2 aren't host names, they are aliases. Ansible uses the Ansible host parameter to connect to the actual IP address, and instead of relying on your system's default user, it logs in as Ubuntu user. Same goes for the database server, even though we call it DB1 in our playbook. Ansible connects to 1.20 IP address as a Postgres user. This approach gives you clean, readable playbooks while keeping connection detail. Now let's level up your inventory with group variables. See these red lines? This is how you define default setting for an entire group. In this case, all hosts in the web server group. Instead of repeating Ansible user Ubuntu on every single host line, you set it once here, and Ansible applies to every host under that group. Same with Ansible port 22. If your web servers use a non-standard SSH port, just change it here. No needs to update each host individually. Group wars are a small feature, but they make a huge difference when managing dozens or hundreds of servers. Now let's talk about nesting group, one of the Ansible's most powerful and underrated features. This tells Ansible, hey, the group production contain all hosts from the web server group and all hosts from the DB server group. It's like building a hierarchy. You can target your entire production environment with one simple command, without listing every single host manually. Needs to run a playbook only on web servers, use web servers. Needs to patch everything in production, just use production. This keeps your inventory organized, scalable, and easy to manage, especially as your infrastructure grows. Let's little bit play with our inventory file that have parameters, two groups for hosts and variables and connection key, private key for connection without password. First up, I wanna show you how to break up Ansible host patterns. The smart way to choose exactly which web servers. For example, I wanna use only web servers in my playbook. You can execute command and point to web servers. Here, Ansible command, point web server group and module ping. Let's take it a look. Now you execute only for two hosts under group web servers. If you want to hit multiple groups like web servers and DB servers, that colon means union, and next you have the point of your group DB servers. And now you ping all hosts under group web servers and DB servers. But if you want to ping all servers inside your inventory file, exist group all, you can point it here, like let's see. You point all web servers, DB servers, and my local host server as well. I doesn't have SSH private key to connect to my server, and it appears error here. So next, if you want to exclude certain host, you have to use exclamation mark like this. For example, all, ping me all, execute playbook on all groups, but let's exclude DB servers. Okay, sorry about that, but I had to use single quotes. Now you see only web servers because DB servers was excluded. Now I wanna show you how to target to web server group but skip some hosts. For example, I wanna skip web 2 server. How you can do this? It's simple, like before. Point here web group, web server, sorry, web servers group, and here you can exclamation mark web 2. It's perfect when you wanna point only one testing web server, okay? And last one that I wanna show you is how to show which one host your playbook will be executed with command. Let's take before dash dash list hosts command. Let's see it. Only web 1. These patterns work everywhere in Ansible in ad hoc commands, playbooks, and even dynamic inventories. And lastly, I want to show you modern infrastructure automations. Static inventory just don't cut it, especially when your virtual machines come and go like clouds in the sky. That's where dynamic inventory shines. Now we'll connect Ansible directly to VMware vCenter, so your playbooks always know exactly which VMs exist, what their IPs are, and how much CPU or memory they are using in real time. We start by getting a clean Python environment. Okay, with command python vnv. Next, activate environment, and after that you always have to upgrade pipe manager, Python manager to latest version. So next step, we install Ansible, pipemummy, and request necessary packages, Python packages for dynamic inventory and the newest Ansible Galaxy collection. So let's see here, create dynamic inventory VMware VMs from vCenter, uses file which ends vms YAML vms.yaml, like this, as I said before. Next, after that, we fill in up all parameters. You can choose your specific parameters, what you want. For example, shows all virtual machines that power off, for example, or that in the folder production found, so on, so on. So now, when we have all necessary packages, let's install Ansible Galaxy collection called VMware. So when you got your VMware collection, go to Ansible CFG and configure enable plugin. First up, let's command static inventory. Your inventory can be called VMS or VMS.yaml. It's crucial option for this plugin. And you have to add inventory parameter. So let's fill in up our YAML inventory that calls vms.yaml. I copy paste all parameters. So you have your host name, center, username, password you can hide with a vault, for example, HashiCorp vault. Okay, let's save and exit. Let's see how to use it in official site. I'll demonstrate to you my inventory VMS, my inventory file vms.yaml. So you can see all virtual machines and templates that I have in my VMware. With this setup, Ansible pulls live VM data directly from vCenter every time you run a playbook, making your infrastructure automation truly dynamic. Thank you for attention. Please subscribe to my channel. Bye bye.